Hey, it's Jeff Kravitz, 420 Live, doing my own theme song. I do it all here at 420 Live. I'm the band, I'm the host with the most. And as you know, I come to you every day or almost every day, Monday to Friday. Yeah, I've been taking a couple days off this summer to roast my skin to a brown, a shade of brown that is not seen out there in the population. Actually, I saw quite a few guys walking down the beach with the same shade of over sunned, over tanned. But welcome everybody to our adventure. It's Thursday. If you've been keeping track, we are going to Burning Man tonight, one of my favorite places on the planet, where I would be right now if I wasn't coming to you live. I'd be all dustied up on my little battery-operated bike, zipping all around the Playa with my goggles on and my Camelback and a pocket full of tricks and going to see my friends and see music and, well, see the, have some fun. And being the Burners being as resourceful as they are, they came up with another way to celebrate this year, and they created the Burning Man Multiverse. And if you go on the Burning Man website, you can enter the multiverse, best navigated with a pair of Oculus glasses, which I do have back in LA, but not here with me. But it's the way to go in there. But you can use your phone and you can use your computer, and you could go in there and check it out. And there's performances, there's art installations. The people that do the camps have all stepped up and done their thing. And today we're going to talk to our friends at Social Sanctuary, who worked with the fine folks at 3D Live, with our friends Jeremy and Dom at Big G, the big gigantic guys. And they have created a performance. They're going to do a live performance from the virtual Playa. So we're going to talk to them and see how they're pulling it off. And that's going to be on Saturday night, I believe, this weekend. And then we have our friend JB, Justin Bolognino, is going to come on and give us a little tour around the multiverse and show us how it works and what exactly it is. Because let's face it, we're in the default world. We don't really know what goes on in the Playa unless you've been to the Playa. So this is a really interesting way for people to understand what Burning Man is like without going and getting dusty and having to bear the expense of going to Burning Man, because it's one of the most expensive festivals you go to, because you have to allot for everything that you need for the amount of time you're there. Food, shelter, you want to have the bare necessities, but then the more creature comforts you have, the better the experience. So after going once in 2013 and then taking 2 years off, a couple things about me. Coming into my 50th year, I never thought I would go to Burning Man. And then someone invited me, and I decided to try it. I didn't think I'd go a second time, and I never, ever thought I'd call myself a burner. And, sometimes you don't know yourself that well, and that's what happens. And you have to allow yourself to have new experiences and to be open to new things that you might not think you like, because you don't really know what you like and what you don't like. You just think you know what you like. You think you know what you don't like. And that's kind of the problem with life. And I think the problem with what's going on out there in our whole world is our perception of the things that we like, and the perception of what we think is good, and the perception of what we think is evil, and the sides we're taking right now. So I think that we should be erring on the side of caution, of course, as always. And I think you got to pick the right side, and you have to look at it with your eyes wide open. And there was something I said to my friends is, this is a distraction place, not the place I talk about politics. But are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? And if you want me to answer that question, after not having a career at this point, or any semblance of my old career, and not having an outlet for my fun and for my games and for my rock and roll and for my social life and going out to eat and going out to drink and being able to see my friends and hug them and pass them a doobie and pass them a bottle of water, they've ruined our life. And if you want your life ruined, then you want 4 more years of this. And if you want to change things, then you want to get yourself out of it. And that, my friends, is my philosophy. And that's what they say every time. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? And if you are, I commend you for being able to pivot out of the pandemic into something that works for you. There's a lot of people getting very rich right now, but there's also 40 million people about to get evicted. And you haven't seen that story on CNN today, you really need to do yourself a favor and watch that. Anyway, enough with the real stuff, into the distraction. Today, we're going to talk to our friends from Social Sanctuary, Jordan Hartman. Jordan has been working hard over there at Social Sanctuary, bringing people live music in a safe environment. So let's talk to Jordan and see how it's going. Hello, Jordan.
Hey, Jeff. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
How did you come to get involved with Social? Why don't you tell everybody what Social Sanctuary is first?
So Social Sanctuary is basically this live stream digital venue where we've kind of all pivoted to keep live entertainment going, because like you said, it's kind of just all gone away in the past couple of months, and we didn't really know what to do, so we created something new.
And it's a disinfected environment for live music and for people to perform. You're doing music and comedy, and anybody that needs a space to record or stream.
Yeah, pretty much. It's it is a completely safe, disinfected environment. We work with 5 companies. There's 5 companies involved in the space. It's pretty incredible. There's Gallagher Staging. They do all the staging. There's Circus Productions. They do like the AV stuff. There's a lighting company called West Coast Show Support. There's a street team which does all the camera called Anaconda Street Production, and then my company Red House, and we do lasers and a lot of the booking and promotional stuff at the venue.
And how's the reception by the artists?
It's been amazing. The artists come in and they haven't played shows in months, and for them to actually be able to have a live concert experience, they're just really grateful, and it's really heartwarming on our end to hear them be so grateful in a time of such uncertainty.
And that's something like Big Gigantic has not played a show since pandemic started, correct?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, we're going to have Jeremy on in a couple minutes. Why don't you tell us about Ryan from 3D Live, who's about to come on, and how you guys got connected.
Yeah, so one of my partners at Social Sanctuary, Joey Gallagher, he actually is the one who brought him in. I don't know how he knows Ryan. Maybe you could ask him that question. But that's how we got connected with them, and it's been pretty awesome. They do amazing work.
How many shows have you done with them so far?
This is our first, and
great.
We hope that it continues on because it's been incredible.
All right, and I know I'm going to butcher Ryan's last name, so I'm going to let you do it.
We're gonna have to have Ryan say it too.
Ryan, I'm gonna say Ryan Pardeiro, right?
Pardeiro?
Is that close?
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Right. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing good, guys. How you guys doing?
So, was your company responsible for doing Big Gigantic's 3D tour?
Yep, that's us.
Well, I saw your technology, and I saw them when they played, I think, Nokia Theater in LA, right? Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, we did that one. Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the most amazing 3D experiences I've ever had in a live venue with a band where it actually works.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, it's funny. That's one of the things that I hear a lot when people see what we do. They say, holy crap, I never knew 3D could look like this. Because it really is a unique technology that's unlike any other 3D system out there. Sometimes I even hesitate to call it 3D because people are used to seeing 3D really just at the movies. And what we do is so dramatically different from that. Not just in the way that we implement it, but because of the actual technology itself and the way that we've designed it. It's just a dramatically better experience on all fronts. It's a lot more comfortable to view than what people are used to seeing. And so, and it creates such a deep holographic effect that feels so present. It really feels like the holograms are in the room with the performers.
Yeah, so, the way the performer interacts with the 3D too, which is just very unique. And I heard that people that saw it at Red Rocks said that it was amazing because they kind of tilted the screen so it would go up the to the top.
Yeah. That's one of the funny things about it is that the way that it works, it actually follows you. So depending on where your point of view is as a viewer, it comes straight to you. So if you're up in the high rise, you're going to see it come flying out literally hundreds of feet over the rest of the audience. You'll see it coming up. So yeah, Red Rocks is a really fun venue to do. because it just really looks like it's just floating out over the top of the crowd.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I see the rock star himself right here, Jeremy Salkin from Big Gigantic. How you doing?
Good,
Hey,
man. How you doing?
Good. It's always good to see you on my screen. How's it going there?
Man.
Are you excited to do your is this going to be your first live show back?
No, actually, we what did we do in July? We did a couple drive-in shows in Chicago that were really cool that Michael Berg put on.
Right.
So that was kind of the first experiment with that, which was crazy. But this is definitely the first 3D thing that we've done in a really long time. Our tour got canceled or postponed because of COVID. So we're excited to kind of play in multiple dimensions. And we're
have you played Burning Man before?
We actually haven't. No, we've always wanted to. I know the timing hasn't worked out with like Labor Day kind of time and other festivals and stuff, but it's something that we've wanted to do for a while. Get out on the Playa and get weird, and maybe now that we're kind of baby stepping in, we can do something cool once we're all allowed to be together again.
Well, it's a dusty experience.
Yeah. I know. I've seen through your Insta and your documentation of it and everybody else. That's the one thing that I think would drive me crazy is all the dust.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of miss it now. I'm kind of want to get dusty. It's that time of year where I'm ready to get dusty.
You learn to love it. You learn to love it. For sure.
Exactly. But yeah, really psyched that the 3D Live guys and Social Sanctuary guys kind of teamed up to make this happen. And
talk about working with 3D and what that's like, because you're one of the few bands that have toured with it successfully, I think. What are the other bands that have used the technology, Ryan?
So yeah, we've worked with a few artists who most have not done big tours though. Flying Lotus and Morgan Page as well have done big tours, but most of the rest have been like one-offs at festivals and whatnot. So yeah.
So Big Gigantic is one of the first ones to take it out and on the road.
Yeah, some of the shows that we've done with Big G have been some of my favorite shows. I mean, what we've done at Red Rocks is just come on, Jeremy knows. Like when you hear the audience reacting, it's like it just makes it all feel worth it. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work to put all these things together, and having that kind of a response when people are just going nuts for it. It really makes it feel fun.
And you were just getting ready to take this out on the road, right? This was going to be your next tour, right, Jeremy? Was a 3D?
Yeah, we had, I don't know, like almost 30 dates ready to rip. Like within a week and a half of tour starting, we had to make the decision to shut, everything got shut down. But our first gig was like the 26th or something, and we were about to fly out and do some rehearsal stuff in St. Louis, and then boom, we'd be gone for like a month. And we were going to some pretty cool spots that we had never been to. The Greek in SF being one of them.
And was the show, did you work a new 3D show out, or was this the same show you had last tour? Were there new
because we were touring with our new album with our new album, so there was plans for like new content related to those songs, and it was going to be a new situation with some of the old and some of the new, kind of bringing it all together. But yeah, we didn't really get to take it there, unfortunately.
Ryan, talk a little bit about the content, because you have to create individual content for each act, right? So you end up, Big G plays what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours sometimes?
Yeah.
That's a lot of 3D content to keep fresh, right?
Yeah, are you talking about for the Burning Man show or for the?
I'm just talking about in general when you do a tour and you come up with all the content for the show.
So like what we do with Big G is they're the 3D headliner, right? So the opening acts will usually do them in 2D. And so they're playing their standard 2D stuff, and that's the cool thing about our LED is that it's capable of doing both. We can do 2D and 3D all day. And so then what happens is that when it's time for Big B to hit the stage, we have the big announcement. Everyone put on your 3D glasses, and then boom, out comes all the unique holograms.
Right, but creating like holograms, I mean, they don't go artist to artist. Each artist has to create this content. How easy is it to create this content? It's not the same as on a computer, right? Or is it?
Right. Well, no, I mean, so it's most of the content is created in like Cinema 4D and Maya, 3D Studio Max, programs like that. One of the unique things that happened with Big Gigantics last show was that a lot of the content was built in the Unreal Engine, which is a really unique video game engine that allows for real-time content. So yeah, I mean, essentially it's a process similar to working in 2D in that you're working with the usual 3D tools like I say, Cinema 4D, Maya, all of those animation programs. But what you do differently is you have to design everything assuming that there's going to be performers here, right? And then everything else has to come out around them. Mm-hmm. And so you have to like protect performer space to make sure that the holograms, because you're working with physical, well, what seems to be physical objects. So it's almost like an architectural design as opposed to just what you're normally doing, which is like a canvas. If you're working with just regular 2D, you're essentially just working on a flat canvas. But you're working volumetrically when you're in 3D. So you want
sometimes the guys from the band were integrated into the graphic itself, so it looked like they were part. So they become part of the background in when you're looking at it with the glasses. Yeah, it's really crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we worked really closely with Ben Daglish, who's the lead and I guess creative director on the project, and his team did some really great animations and brought a lot of it together too. So definitely worth calling those guys out.
Absolutely, yeah, they crushed it. There's a lot of stuff that we were integrated into it, like you said. Like there'd be like a bubble that would come over our head, and you know, it looks like we're interacting with it when we honestly don't know what the heck's going on behind us.
You don't have any cues? Are there any cues that you know, like during the show? That
we know they're like, yeah, we've seen a lot of the content, but for the first Red Rocks, everything was happening so quickly, and they're editing stuff at the last minute. They're fixing this and fixing that, and like the first night, we didn't know what the hell was happening. We just heard people like freaking out, and then I'd turn around and be like, "What is it?" You know, I didn't know what was going on, but people were losing their shit.
So did you have to see a video of it to understand what was happening?
Yeah, and then the next day we got to actually watch the show with, you know, from front of house. They just turned the wall on for us, but it was still during the day, so you know, we haven't really gotten to experience it. Ryan did send me a 3D video. So they took a video camera that can record in 3D and of our LA show. And he sent that to my house, you know, sent a file of it. And I have a 3D TV at home. So I actually got to pull that up and witness what it looks like from a fan's point of view. But because it's a 3D video camera, anytime somebody put their arms in the air or something was going on, it would be like that person, you know, was in 3D for me. So the crowd is like out over my living area on top of us and the content. And it's what kind of gave us the idea to take it one step further for Rowdy Town last year and for our New York show, where we had 3D cameras that were live doing 3D. So Dom and I and our guests could like interact with the camera and reach out into this camera, and on the screen behind us, it would look like we were like reaching into the crowd.
So creating live 3D content.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And I don't know if that had been done really at that point.
Yeah, but that was absolutely a world's first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of is what we're doing at Social Sanctuary now. We're actually going to be 3D.
It is
virtual reality. Exactly, you'll be able to experience the whole show in 3D virtual reality.
Right, which also has never been done before. So it's cool. We're definitely kicking off some firsts.
Well, should we take a look? Take a look at this little video here.
Sure.
Let me share the screen. It just take me a second. The Metaform share audio, share and play.
We could take off
Oh, hold on.
Is anybody listening? She's burning the time, and I can't let you slip by. Oh, let go, let
That's
It's gonna
great.
be crazy. It's gonna be nuts.
That looks nuts.
Super excited.
But every time I see people partying and having fun, I want to cry.
Dude, I'm ready to go. I got my Oculus.
Oh, you got your Oculus?
Dude, I'm ready to rip on this thing. I'm just gonna be sitting in my living room. Yeah.
Jeremy, have you gone into the multiverse yet?
No, I haven't. I mean, I was gone for the last week and got home Monday night, grabbed my shit on Tuesday, and flew to LA yesterday. We were there for all of 6 hours, landed, recorded this whole great thing with the team, and then we were on a flight by 6 p.m.
Well, you got a lot of exploring to do. It's very, very cool.
I'm excited. Yeah, I need to make sure this thing's charged up and ready to go.
Yeah, I mean the Oculus is a game changer, but you can still see without the Oculus, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We'll also be streaming it in 2D.
And it's not a ticketed event, is it?
No, it's Burning Man. Everything's free.
Everything's
Keep it
free
true.
to burn.
Keeping it true.
One thing I should maybe mention after watching that video, because I actually kind of forgot to bring this up, but one of the whole other elements to this production is that the Infinite Playa, if you go to the infiniteplaya.com, there's essentially what is a whole video game of Burning Man that has been built by our partners at Infinite Playa. And so that's what that head is that you were just seeing there. That's actually the stage. So the virtual stage is that head design out there on the playa.
Right.
And so you can create a little avatar and you can run around the desert, and there's the RVs, there's art cars, you can drive the art cars, like all that stuff exists. So you can really have a full Burning Man experience virtually. Then you go into that head, and if you notice, we put a staircase up through the neck. Mm-hmm. So then you go into the head, and that's where the stage is. From in there, you can watch the VR, or you hit the button that's going to say hot link out to the full VR experience. And from there, you can put on the VR headset, and you can watch the whole thing in 3D.
Sounds sick. Jeremy, I only have for a couple of minutes. What's going on? Do you have new music? What do you guys got?
We just put out a remix that Closey did for You're the One. That's pretty cool. It just came out the other day. And other than that, this was kind of a exciting thing that came up that we just have put a lot of energy into and try to do something cool. But yeah, Dom and I have both been playing like gigs around Denver, like jazz gigs.
I've seen you on my feed.
Yeah, we've been doing some.
I saw you. What, you were wakeboarding, drinking beers on the wakeboard?
Yeah, well, I went to Lake Powell and with some friends and with Andy Frasco and some homies, and we got to wake surf and do a bunch of cool stuff, ride jet skis. But aside from that, we've just been kind of hanging at home.
Do you have other plans for any other shows?
Other shows right now, no. We've been doing these jazz gigs, like I said, kind of funky jazz gigs, taking it back to our roots a little bit, that have been popping up randomly. Mm-hmm. So usually those will be like a week or two notice, and we'll just kind of promote it. And it's never at a place that holds that many people, so it's kind of good that there's not too much notice. We can just kind of pop into it. But yeah, other than that, I'm excited to check this 3D thing out. I do have a question, actually. Ryan, do you know if you can watch it on a 3D TV?
No.
It's like so you got Oculus, you got PlayStation
Oculus,
VR.
Yeah, Vive. It should work on Vive as well.
Vibe, okay.
It's all
And then
going to be
like
essentially
Samsung type of thing, whatever that
Uh-huh.
stuff.
So basically what it is, you just the direct link to it is
Yeah.
going to be superspace.tech/Burning Man.
Okay, cool.
All right, so people can just go there. If you got the VR headset,
Yeah,
put it on, go to that website,
yeah,
and just hit full screen, set it to VR 3D, and then 180, and it's gonna boom. It's gonna be right there.
cool.
Well, thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Always
Have
good
fun.
to see you. Have a great
Yeah.
night.
All right.
Talk to you later. There you go. Jeremy Salker for Big Gigantic. You want to see Jeremy play live on Saturday? He's going to be with your glasses on. That was really, really cool. I mean, the video looks amazing. What else you got working on, Ryan? What else you got coming up? Anything you talk about?
We want to just keep going with this thing. I mean, this is really going to be the debut, and we're super stoked to be doing it with Social Sanctuary, and we want to keep doing more. You know,
I think having the live 3D camera, being able to do live 3D shows, is a game changer. I mean, is that just one camera that you have that does that, or can any camera?
No, we have, what do we have? I think we have between like 4 and 6 cameras. I don't remember the count, but
I think we have,
we're also
6
doing,
cameras in there,
mixing,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're mixing VR cameras and like the 16:9 broadcast cameras. So unlike most other VR live streams, which you may or may not have seen, it's all most of the time it's just with the 360 camera, and you don't have the ability to zoom in on those close-ups. So we're incorporating 3D cameras for close-ups as well, so that we can really punch in on the action and get those moments when Dom's on the sax and they're doing solos and all of that.
Well, it's incredible technology, and you're like I said, when I saw it live, it was like, wow, this is so cool. I can't imagine every band not wanting to implement this into their show. How many systems do you have like this you can take out at a time?
Yeah, well, so we recently partnered with PRG, and so they're helping us scale because we're a small company. We've built this ourselves from the ground up, and so as of just last year, we're partnered with PRG fully. And so we can scale to the largest productions that you could ask for. So
what I'm saying, do you have more than one unit that you can send out at a time? I mean, how many of these 3D, like the technology on the 3D screens?
Yeah. So currently we have 2. But because of the PRG scaling, we're gonna have a lot more.
You're gonna have more, and lucky for you, nobody's going out right now on the road. So.
Yeah. So we got time to do some building.
Yeah, you certainly do. Well, I love the technology, and I appreciate you coming on tonight to talk about it, and I look forward to seeing the performance. I mean, it's exciting stuff, and I look forward to seeing more of that 3D technology when I go out, because it's very, very engrossing. I mean, I just was blown away when I saw that, because usually you put those things on and you get a headache, and you're like, they bug you, but I didn't even realize they were on. I mean, and that's really cutting edge. But it's not the same as a movie screen, though, right?
It's not. It's really not. No, that I could go on and on about that, but it's really a very different technology.
Man, so. you can really feel it, and I hope people get a chance to experience. I mean, how much of that experience are you going to get with the Oculus, the 3D?
Yeah, there, man. We're picking up the 3D from the screen. It really feels like you're there. It feels like you're there watching the concert,
I mean,
so,
I can tell you that I've been in the VR space for 5-6 years now, and it's always been, I have this amazing product and you watch it and it's just not there. And this is the first time I put on the headset and you feel like you're in the space, you're immersed. It's actually translating an experience to you at home through that headset. So it's pretty incredible.
And let's not even forget too all of the other tech that's there, just with as far as the lasers and the lights and what they're doing with the show at Social Sanctuary.
Definitely.
All of that comes out and just looks fantastic in 3D.
Well, good. Well, I know you got to get back to it because you got a lot of work to do on your end. So I'm going to cut you loose. Thank you, Ryan, for coming on and talking with us today. And I really, really can't wait to see any show, but especially like a cool 3D show once we get out of this.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Take care,
Ryan.
All right, see you.
So Jordan, what else you got planned there at Social Sanctuary? What else you got doing?
We've been doing all kinds of things. We've done comedy events, we've done punk shows. We had a Steve Soto tribute the other day. Had Death by Stereo come through, and then we're also planning, like a bunch of EDM things. We got a big EDM Halloween show coming up. Can't talk too much about who's on it yet, but
how'd you get involved? How'd you get involved with the Burning Man universe?
Through 3D Live. They brought us that technology and they'd created that stage and they needed a place to do it. So like I said, they linked up with my partner Joey and we brought it all together. We had the production, the stage and all of that, and they had the technology, and it was just like a match made in heaven.
And how did it work with Burning Man? You just reached out to them and said, we got a performance, or you can just create a world out there on the multiverse?
I think that 3D Live has that connection with Burning Man.
Yeah, well, I'm sure JB is going to break it down for us and get into it. Do you have any other shows upcoming we should know about?
Not really. No, honestly.
Right. You're on the Instagram and Twitter, and you're broadcasting this on Twitch too, correct?
Yes, we do. We broadcast on Twitch. We broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, all the normal places.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming on, and we look forward to checking out the show. And say hi to Gallagher, all the guys there, Joey, at the Social Sanctuary.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jordan. All right, there you go. We broke it down with Little Big Gigantic and with what is going on out there in their 3D show this Saturday. You can watch them on the Playa. And the Playa, the Man burns Saturday. The Temple burns on Sunday. And I think there are a couple of the things that are coming up. But I just know peripherally because of going. My friend JB, Justin Bolognino, has been to Burning Man with me. We've had many good times and many different places. He's been on my show before, but I wanted him to come on and break down for you guys what is happening out there in the multiverse and how it works. So say hi to JB. What's up, JB? You're muted.
Perfect. It's probably better off that way, Kravitz.
Don't I know it?
Is the internet working okay?
Yeah, everything seems great.
Beautiful. So I made you a little deck.
Hold on. Should I pull it up?
Yeah, the idea is to take a little high-level stab at organizing this thing and start with the general thoughts. You want to go full screen on that if you can. No, that's not a button. It's just
I think I got to get in for
Apple F will do it. Apple
should I download it?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. Well, let me do that.
So you get that ready, and I'll just
let me get that ready.
You get that ready.
Tell us about how our folks at Burning Man are keeping us entertained this year, and what the idea generally is.
Well, look, what they pulled off is the most Burning Man-like virtual experience I could have fathomed, right? In that it's incredible. Like, just the fact that it exists and the way they did it is mind-blowing. It's overwhelming. It's emotional. When I first dipped into the first thing I did in VR was the BRCvr, which is kind of like, I think, the most official of the 8 different sanctioned worlds that they've developed, mainly because within Altspace VR, you're able to interact with other people in real time as avatars, right? So soon, I appeared on the Playa and I just had this emotional rush, I'm standing on the Playa and got the sound right. There's always this distant hum and people talking and a house beat off in the distance. It's ever present. And so I had the most emotional feeling just going in. It was very realistic. And then I also immediately felt myself wanting to find people. I need to find people. It's the same feeling as if you go out alone in Burning Man, you want to connect, right? That's what it's all about. And so I'm like literally running around virtual Burning Man, just looking for anyone to talk to. And I think I need to go back at night.
Are there people there and you can interact with them? Is that the way it works?
Well, yeah. So there's 8 different. If we're ready on the document.
Yeah, I can add this to the stream, but you're going to tell me what I got to click here.
So this is where it starts. You go to kindling.burningman.org. That's the official Burning Man kind of hub of the multiverse. And also, like, let's just shout out for a second that Burning Man 2020 decided to call the theme the multiverse before COVID, before any of this.
Wow. Oh, that's right. That was the theme this year.
That was already the theme, right? That's how tap in Burning Man is. And that's what this experience is like. Because, like, just like Burning Man, you got to spend a lot of time prepping and getting ready and getting all your shit sorted and having your gear, just like this. Like, I've spent the last 3 days, trying to log into all the different things and understand it all. And, like, half the shit's broken, half the shit's amazing. Some of it's, we promise the link is coming soon. It's so Burning Man like that. And that it's simultaneously so incredible and just janky, and everything's kind of messed up, and there's so many links, and you got to download that and download this. You got to, like, really be prepared for this. And look, I think a lot of it is that they made this up. They flew the plane, they being the people, just like how Burning Man is built by the 80,000 people that attend it, right? Except for the basic infrastructure. It's the same idea here. So 8 different groups that comprise thousands and thousands of creators from around the world have gotten together, just like in Burning Man, to create this virtual world together. And that is extraordinary, right? It's not like Tomorrowland, that did arguably, like, the most impressive VR experience of quarantine, of COVID so far, but that was a centralized organization, right? That's like one team. They organize a shoot around the world. Much different thing. This is a mess in the most beautiful way possible, and I look forward to checking out some of the stuff. Let's go on some of the stuff that's not
scroll up or like this way.
What's that?
This way?
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's 8 different sanctioned worlds. So they have the temple. And just like the real Burning Man temple, you can submit a piece to it. And the temple is arguably the most sacred space in Burning Man. It's where you go to essentially grieve, leave a trinket from a loved one, leave a photo, write a note, whatever you want to do to honor or grieve a loved one. And then they burn that thing down on Sunday, and it's very cathartic and very emotional. And they're literally doing that. Like, you can submit virtually, right, to the Ethereal Empyrean Temple experience. You can submit a digital artifact, and then they're literally collecting it all into a hard drive, and they're burning the hard drive on Sunday.
So are they going to show a stream of the hard drive burning, or are they
burning?
Or are they going to burn?
Literally.
Are they going to burn the temple in a virtual world too?
I think so. I don't know. And that's the thing. It's like, just like Burning Man's, like, you could be the foremost expert on it and know 0.5% of what it's all about.
I heard that they are going to burn the man. There's going to be a virtual man burn.
Burning the man, and that's an official thing on Saturday. It's not on this slide, but they are burning the man on Saturday, live in real time. Not sure exactly.
These are the 8 sanctioned worlds here.
There's 8 sanctioned worlds, and so now if you slide down, I've kind of focused on the ones that I've become most familiar with and kind of the most hype ones. So this is BRCvr on Altspace. This, I think, is arguably like the anchor experience. I think the people at Burning Man, really were instrumental in bringing this to life, and they started building in April. But look at that! Look at that photo right there.
It's blowing my mind right now.
They built it to scale. Look at that.
I want to go.
Go, you can go. I'm telling you that you pop in right to the center of the playa, and it's like, whoa. The giant duck is right there. And
are you on a bike, or are you walking around?
No, you're walking around. But you can
lock your bike and take care of your bike.
As soon as I get there, someone gives me a blunt, and he goes, "You want to get high?" And he hands me a blunt, and then launches me up like 100 feet in the air, so I can see the whole experience from above. Right. And so this one, I think it's a little bit lower fi, because it's built on Altspace. And like I said before, Altspace is special because it allows you to interact with other people in real time, and they have a more advanced kind of avatar system. You can get dressed up and really interact in real time. Whereas I think if you go down, I think I featured them next. And the guys
So, yeah.
before mentioned this. And then within the virtual world, there's all these live streams happening, right? So you can, just like you go to, a camp in Burning Man to see someone talking about cryptocurrency or, yoga or videogasm, whatever your thing of choice is, that's all happening live streaming within the virtual world, which is really cool to experience. Like, I watched a band playing in LA yesterday while inside a camp in virtual BRCvr VR.
And is the $10,000 question? Is there an orgy dome?
I promised I'd make this safe for work talk. We can talk about that later.
Oh, come on! There is or there isn't?
I don't know. I didn't get to the orgy dome yet. I have no idea. My kids are in the background. You might be able to hear them.
Yeah, they know what the orgy dome is.
Kravitz, this one I thought was cool because our camp, Camp Horizon, the camp that, or at least for a few years, Kravitz and I shared together, we had the Samskara Dome in our camp, and you can go to the Samskara Dome in virtual burn. Look at it. There it is. Right. It's got the poofs you can sit on and everything. And it's Samskara. It's the real thing. And you can watch
you get to watch the actual virtual reality. Then that's a 3D presentation. This is someone was talking about Wisdom on my feed earlier, and this is what's at Wisdom. The guys who put this on these the Russians.
Yep. Okay, wow. So now Playa. Okay, so this is probably the most hype one. This is where like a lot of the most badass players are playing. Like my friend Nova Han is behind this, who's a genius in the space. She's probably worked with Big Gigantic in the past. She does large scale immersive experiences. What you're looking at here is the spaceship mushroom created by Android Jones in partnership with Paul Stamets, who's the foremost expert on mycelia, and of course,
I know who he is.
Fantastic Fungi is an absolute must watch. It's all over the internet. You can find it. But they built this, and this experience is going to be more detailed. It's going to have, I think, deeper shaders. I'm not sure what the interaction is going to look like yet, because they just announced that it's actually going to be now the fully paid version, and this is a paid version. The guys said everything's free before. It's mostly free. This is a paid thing because I think they really went deep on the graphics. So if you go to the next slide, you can see a Meow Wolf piece.
Oh, Meow Wolf.
You can see that it's like, they're getting deeper on the graphic front in this, and that mushroom will be a stage. Whole Stamets will be speaking. All these other talks, so you can.
Well, I love that the mushroom also looks like a spaceship, right? It's so epic. I mean, the whole analogy for the whole thing.
Love that.
The alien inside us, as Terrence McKenna said. Mushrooms unlock the alien inside us.
There you go.
I love the infinite Playa Meow. I'm sure that this has to be an adventure in a virtual world.
Yeah, you could putting the slide in. It's a great slide, but like Meow Wolf is like $100 million corporate enterprise at this point. It's a little weird putting it into a Burning Man thing, but it was a cool image, so I went for it. This one's called the Dusty Multiverse. This is another one. It's like, the app is coming soon, we promise, right? But you can go, or the VR version. I'm trying to do as much in VR as possible. Right. But there's the app component for this regular old iPhone Android app is really great, and you should definitely check it out. Lots of great live music stuff and live art stuff happening there. And then and Playa Alchemist, this one's in BRCvr as well. And it's just like Playa Alchemist. Diplo's playing, but I went to a talk, again, like on cryptocurrency today, and there's people around. You can talk to people. It's stunningly like being there. And again, in the simultaneity of how cool it is and how janky it is at the same time,
Well, why would they ever stop this? Why wouldn't they just keep it going forever?
There's no way they're going to stop this. Well, think about it. Well, I mean, they could, if they really pulled it together, which they have the next year to do. Oh, there's Inside the Temple.
Wow. But go ahead, finish your thought.
I mean, they could sell a lot of tickets to this thing, I think, but they have to resolve all the logins and all the different technologies and all that, it's like they got to do it on Altspace VR and have people participate just like they do on in real Burning Man. But I think, you know, if they lock down control of it a little bit more, and or at least the process, like I've spent as much time just figuring out how to get to these places as I have being in them.
Right. Yeah, because I saw
like
one thing where you walk into the porta potties.
3 or 4 days at Burning Man just to know where the hell you're going at all.
Right.
You know? It's the same thing. That's what's so cool about it. It's the mirror of the multiverse.
Right.
You know,
although it's the same, it's not. So this is Unreality is your company, right?
Now we're getting, this is the plug part. This is what we're launching, and I think from a timing perspective, it obviously couldn't be any better considering what's going on in the world.
Well,
3 years ago.
About it.
Well, so, I pulled some slides together for you. This we call the periodic table of realities, because the thing that really separates Unreality, I think, from similar platforms is that our whole modus operandi is realizing, right? What do you do on Unreality? You realize. What does that mean? It means you bring your ideas to life. And there are VR platforms out there. There are AR platforms out there. There's consciousness platforms. There's IRL platforms. But there's not a platform where you can mix all the different realities together. So there are 6 main realities on Unreality, as you can see here. And they go from the analog IRL side to the digital, online, virtual, augmented side to music in the most traditional slot, and then kind of the mixed reality AR thing in most emergent. So the idea with Unreality is that you'll be able to go and create the reality of your dreams across all the different kind of sub-realities. And Kravitz, you're about to slide down to, no one in the world has ever seen this outside of my team. I'll probably get in trouble for even showing this, but I threw 3 different little teaser images together so you can see this beautiful platform that we've been building. So this is your profile page where your projects will live. And if you scroll down, you can see what our jobs board will look like. So basically what we posit is that there isn't a great mechanism for what we're calling the immersive media industry. And again, like the periodic table shows, the immersive media industry is both the analog side and the digital side, right? Like there's nothing more integral like that than Burning Man, where you go and it's dusty and so physical and, wood and craft, but then so much technology everywhere, tying it all together, not to mention phones everywhere. So,
Right.
What we posit is that you wouldn't really go to like a VR specific platform to build for VR. You need all the other things to build for VR. Or if you're doing a festival activation or a pop-up or some sort of.
So you're basically for the professionals that are in the industry that are artists and are looking for work. This is where they would come to find different projects.
Oh, that's a great question. Actually, there are tons of kind of just creator platforms out there like Behance and Dribble and, a lot of these platforms that are focused on the creatives, right? The differential is ours is an industry-based platform. And so the creatives are going to, ride strong on Unreality, but this platform is for the industry. We're going after the producers. We're going after the production people. We're going after the engineers, the coders, the fabricators, because we need all those people to pull these things off. And again, I think that's really the big differential, is that there's not a platform that allows you to really integrate these things together. And so here's this is what your project page will look like. So you'll be able to essentially tell the story of your project coming to life should you choose. You can also do it totally privately if you want. But from your mood board all the way through to final realization. And in the end, when your experience is finished and you have the content, the finished content for it, you'll be able to just go click, and what was an in-progress project will become a portfolio piece.
Wow, very cool. When's this all launching?
We'll be doing a soft launch by the end of next month. We've had an alpha we launched about a year ago, and gathered a bunch of data about how it all works and what people want, and then literally rebuilt the whole thing. So we're feeling very confident about it now that we have what they call product market fit. And obviously, like I said, the timing could not be better. I mean, just think about it, a platform called Unreality that blends the realities together as Burning Man goes virtual and as all these different forms of business and art and culture are created out of this thing. I don't think we could be in a better spot. So,
well,
wish us luck.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming on and breaking down the experience for us.
Yeah, I hope it helps. You can find me on Twitter at Bolognino. Kravitz can share that.
And unreality.is is the web page. Instagram, right?
Is the company behind Unreality. Either way. Also, so cool to see Jordan. I didn't put that together until I saw him, and that he's the guy behind that. It's so cool. I know we all know Jordan from
around the scene. Jordan's worked with me many times before as a photographer and just like coming out, and we spent a lot of time together. So it's really great that he's been doing this, and he reached out to me. And at first, Jeremy wasn't able to do it, and it was great to have Jeremy come on. And I'm glad you came on to be able to flesh out what is going on out there. I thought that was a really great breakdown, and I hope it helped some of the folks at home understand. And again, you don't need the eyeglasses to go through this, right?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That is a personal thing for me because I really want to explore that.
It's recommended, but it's not really necessary.
Yeah. I spend enough time on 2D screens, Kravitz.
Yeah. How was your beach day today?
I didn't go to the beach. I had a client fire at 8 in the morning.
Sorry to hear that. Let me tell you, you better go tomorrow because it's amazing down there.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm just going to unplug for tomorrow.
Yeah, get down there. Even for an hour. It's a blessing. Thank you, JB. Say hi to the fam for me.
Love you, man.
I miss you this time of year.
Dude, I can't. I literally teared up today when I was like pulling all this shit together. Just, I can't. It was actually one of Andrea's photos of dicks, just like pre-show, just people standing around. And I was like, oh, I can't anymore. I can't. This is too much. It's too much.
Yeah, well, we're all feeling it right now, what's going on. And it's this Labor Day is definitely a big chunk of it. And, you know, I made a decision a long time ago that I'd seen over close to 300 fish shows that I wanted to have a new experience this weekend. And I traded in dicks for the burn, you know, and it was absolutely a mind-blowing experience. I mean, I still enjoy I'm not taking anything away from the fish experience, but the Burning Man is such a human outpouring. To see the way we can work together to make the whole thing come out is just absolutely incredible. The human effort at Burning Man is such a mind blower.
I don't know that I'd have been able to have handled quarantine as well as we have as a family, if it weren't for going to Burning Man. Burning Man is like preparation for the apocalypse. And also it keeps me sane because you go to Burning Man, you realize like, no matter what, like only if there are 80,000 cockroaches left on this planet, cockroach humans left, like we're going to figure it out and we'll still find time to party.
Yeah. We're starting to make it. It's a little bit harder right now, but we're working it out.
Yeah. Like we'll figure it out no matter how hard it gets or how challenging it gets. Like we'll figure it out and we'll still have time to do an all-nighter together and watch the sunrise.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeehaw. Here, eat this, son.
Thanks again.
See you, JB.
Bye, bro.
Bye. Yeah, you know, all of us are sad right now. My fish friends, my burner friends, all my friends that would normally be out on Labor Day weekend doing their thing, letting it all hang out there. I feel it for you. There's a hole right here where the music used to be. We're all music fans. It's sad. You know, all the fun's been sucked out of our lives. Do you want more fun sucked out of your life? Hell no. It's time to stand up. When you step up the vote on November 3rd, vote for fun. Vote for getting the fun back, for having the rock and roll in your life, for being able to go places, being able to hug people. Let's get back to it. I can't deal with this life of rioting and looting and protests. I mean, it's great, but we hear the message. It's time to change it, to really change what's going on out there in the world. And we have the capacity, everybody. Make sure you're registered to vote. One thing you hear about, I constantly beat the head count drum because I want you to make sure that you're registered to vote, and I want to make sure that you're informed about what's going on in your state. And now I'm not just talking about president too. I'm talking about down ballot, and I'm also talking about all the important things to make sure that we're healthy and we're able to stay healthy as a people, and the people in leading us lead with common sense and decency for everybody and not for 36%. You know, let's bring it back around to what's really important out here. And that's me and you. Because if you're not there, I can't be here. So thank you all for tuning in. Peace, love, happiness to everybody out there. Where's the camera? Hug. That's a good one. I'm ready for dinner now. A little hungry. Greggy picked me up some dinner. I'm still here in Margate for a couple of days. Then back to the West Coast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you back here tomorrow with my good friend, Greg Johnston. He just directed the Ozzy Osbourne doc. You're going to want to talk to him. He worked on the Osbournes. He said maybe Jack will come. We're 50-50 on that. But either way, we'll have some good laughs, and we're going to take a look at some of the clips from the Osbournes, what they've been. Ozzy Osbourne. All right.